What's up, gangalingus? Can y'all hear me good on this mic? This fan ain't making too much noise. Let me move it away. Need my World Cup ball. If you watching this video and you got a micro penis, like the video right now. If you in this video, if you watching this video and you got a massive Johnson like me, like this video right now. Look, man, there's this guy I came across this video. The dude talking about he got a micro peen, and I feel like the advice they gave was horrible. So I kind of already watched this video, but I feel like I gotta share this like experience with like the rest of the world and my thoughts because I feel like it was outrageous. So let's get in let's dive in shallow because we got micro peens today. We're gonna dive in super shallow into this vid. My small cam.
What's going on, Connor?
Oh shoot, need my headphones. Acting like I ain't been here before. Yeah. Shoot, wrong side. All right, let's go.
Welcome to Shop Vice. What's
Oh shit, I gotta turn my headphones on. Alright. Yeah, my headphones. They're definitely not anyone else's headphones. Definitely. Alright.
what's your problem?
Okay, let's get right into it. So, basically, I have like confidence issues with girls. I don't have a lot of experience with them in general. Um, and basically, I'm 20, but like all these confidence issues stem back to this one thing, which is I have a micro penis. Um,
Did you want to hear? Alright, hold on. Alright, hold on. Let me adjust what I got going on real quick. I gotta pause my little jump. Pause my little jump. Alright, we did.
but like all these confidence issues stem back to this one thing, which is I have a micro penis. And I guess I don't know how to go about sexual relationships.
So I got a confidence issue. We don't know how severe this issue is, but but we do know this issue exists, and I'd imagine it's a crippling issue.
With members of the opposite sex, and like how I even establish a relationship and how I tell them, and like, yeah, that's kind of my issue.
All right. I'm gonna take the reins
You
here.
got it. Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
You know.
We're not. Okay.
Sure.
Listen, I'm gonna say this straight up, and I'm gonna be, you gotta learn how to eat the fuck out of some pussy.
Keep this in mind. I'm going to like explain my thought process behind because you would think on paper. Because when I first heard this, I was like, this makes sense. You know, you gotta become King Cunniling to counteract. What you lacking down south.
Okay.
Let's start there.
Yeah, I'm not opposed.
Let's start there, okay? Because there are plenty of men out there that got, good size down there. Don't know how to use it. Actually, a lot of men don't know what the fuck to do with it.
Boom. Right. This is my big camera. I'm gonna get intimate with y'all here. I'm not a woman, but I would assume most shorties, would much rather their guy have a lot, not know what to do with it, and a little rather than a little something that ain't doing much in the first place. You got to think about it, right? I like women. I date girls. I have no interest in experiencing what peen feels like. But I'm still assuming that most women folk, I look, I gotta ask them another layer to the question. Is you, is you gonna take, is you gonna take a little Johnson or a big Johnson who don't know what he working with, that don't know how to use his utility? Because I feel like a little Johnson, you not doing much. You can't do much in the first place. You might as well have a big Johnson, not know what to do with it, and still be king cunniling. You feel me? I don't know though. We gonna hold on. We gonna listen some more.
So,
We gonna
if
listen
you
some
can
more.
make up for that in other aspects, shit.
I'm not asserting that she lying. She don't know what she talking about. You know what I'm saying? She know more than I do. She used to also date men folk. So she know more than I do pertaining to this topic.
Shit. You might be golden.
Yeah.
I doubt it.
And your hands too. You just
Yep.
Facts.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
you need. People don't pay attention to the hands sometimes. They
Need
think
to
it's
use
just like,
your
oh, you
hands.
get ABCs on the clitoris. You know what a clitoris is, right? Let's start
Yeah, I
there.
know what the clit is.
Okay, so you know how to find a clitoris, like the vicinity, like you can geolocate it.
Yeah, I guess.
That's another thing too. I don't know how that was ever hard to find in the first place. Not to be, too graphic here, but you just feel like you use your sense of touch. You go exploring down there. It's not hard to find. At least to me, I don't know.
I
I
saw
don't know how this is ever like a conversation that dudes don't know where. I don't know.
to say I'm a virgin, but yes, I have the basic idea.
Yeah, it's
Oh
unfortunate
no,
RNG,
and he's never
but
okay.
you have
I
other
ain't know
tools
that
at
at
your
first.
dispense here that you could use. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like Vanilla said and like Hassan said, you're just gonna have to, max out the other attributes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's not.
Okay.
It's not something you should worry about as much because it's like that's something that it's not going to get to that point until later in the game anyway. Just like be a good person.
That's not even all the way true. You know what I'm saying? You don't know that until you figure out what kind of short you dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Whether she trying to get it all earlier in the game, during the fourth quarter. You don't know when she. That's not even like a 1-to-1. I don't even think that works necessarily all the time either.
And be a kind
Yeah.
person, be a cool person. You have a lot of qualities. Like dating and relationships are not just about sexual gratification, even though sexual gratification is certainly a big part of it.
I agree.
So you are more than your micro penis, is what I'm trying
real.
to say.
I'd
here.
agree.
And it's going to be hard to.
You don't want to let that stop you from going to work. You know what I'm saying? From like trying to find you somebody. You feel me?
I guess
I
something
agree.
that's like difficult to overcome for you right now, but eventually the more you go out and the more you date people and the more you like actively try to overcome the fear that you have, the easier it will get for you, and you will meet a bunch of wonderful people who don't care
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
That also too. Honestly, yeah, that's I feel like in like more serious relationships or people that you're like actually trying to pursue and they're looking at it as like the spectrum of like a relationship as a whole. They're not like if that's what they're solely concerned about, like that's their one thing, Yeah.
Adapt
Dead
skill.
ass.
Perfect.
So-
Just max that out.
Yeah, fast hands.
fast
Tier
hands,
2.
yeah.
Right.
And you're good. No, but yeah, I think there's definitely people out there that's not like the sole concern, and they shouldn't be the sole concern
Yeah.
of a relationship. I don't think.
Also,
Right.
sex toys as
I
well.
agree. You know, these things shouldn't be like, or like, you know, like, right, coital related things shouldn't be like the soul of like your relationship. But I do believe that it is the glue. In some cases, it can be the glue. You know, you get through a hard patch in your relationship. You know, then you go, y'all get some loving in. You're even better than you're better off than before y'all had that disagreement. You know, feel me? I would like to preface as well. I'm also a youngin. You know, I'm not even like a relationship guru, except I am. But you know,
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Yeah.
getting a, like, being able to eat pussy well
right,
as a man, and
Right.
also even utilizing sex toys,
Right.
I think automatically boosts your status.
Yeah.
Okay.
and I disagree here. Now, let me big cam real quick. I disagree here, right? Or at least I get what they're saying, but I feel like there's some flaws here, or at least there's some, like, it's not helping to like boost my confidence, right? Could you imagine that you're born with a piece of utility that's meant to do this job, said job, or at least you know you're socialized to believe that is meant to do this job. And also, a lot of women folk desire this tool that's supposed to do insert job. Um, and then you come out with some seemingly insufficient size part, member, right? And then you're stuck having to use your hands, your fingers, and like toys because you yourself is insufficient, right? I would also like to say that I'm not anti the use of coital utility. I would say, right? Like toys and things of that nature. I'm not even against toys personally, but I do feel like it still is kind of like a hit to your confidence that like you would have to pull out an artificial Johnson to, you know, pleasure your partner, right? Could you imagine if like a guy, you know, so here's how I'd imagine, right? And I asked my friends of the opposite gender their opinions on this, and it's been like pretty mixed or whatever. But I'm the way I'm thinking about it is, which one do you think their woman would rather prefer, right? The real thing or the artificial thing? More than likely, they'll pick the real thing because I would assume it's the same for guys. They would pick the real thing over the artificial thing. The artificial thing's fine, but like the real thing is really what really matters. I'd like to preface as well. I'm not sure what it feels like with female parts. Maybe it's fine not having the the real thing. I also was also pondering the idea of like, what is it like for from like a physical attraction like perspective. um, like some dudes, right? They really enjoy how women look naked, and I like to assume as well some women like to as well, have a view of their man naked. You know, what if you having the micro schlong just doesn't, it doesn't, it just doesn't look good. Don't look good naked. You don't look how you're supposed to naked, or not how you're supposed to. That's a bad way of wording it, but you don't look as I don't know. You don't look as strong down there. Is that important to women? I don't want to assert that that's like how women feel necessarily, but like I do wonder, is that like how women would see it, right? Because on paper, or I feel like you would think that it's like anyway. I don't know.
You rank up instantly because like a
Instantly.
lot of dudes, and obviously communication as well, but like a lot of dudes are like still in 2025 worried about it, and I sometimes feel bad like giving this advice because I feel like maybe it's better to gatekeep it because like that's just it's good for don't reveal this secret to other people is what I'm saying, chatters. Okay,
Right.
Okay.
because it just automatically levels you up.
Yeah, for
There's
sure.
tools that you could use outside of what you got, you
Yeah.
know,
Tools.
gifted, you know what I'm saying? And also, one thing I would say, it might just be like a confidence thing in your head if you keep telling yourself, like, I got a micro penis, I got a micro penis, that's how you're gonna feel. You don't have to like keep telling yourself that.
Right, and then they try to make it like a confidence thing, right? You ain't gotta keep telling yourself, what if you have a micropain, you don't want to like make that like your thing, your personality trait, or like make that like a huge deal, or like a part of your identity. But like you got all the confidence in the world till it's time to pull out that unit, and your unit ain't your unit ain't really him. Right? Wait till you find out just how much he's rocking with.
Just like low key ignore it. You
You
know what
can
I mean?
still exude big dick energy. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because then the second that you kind of like
Right.
go into that shell of being like,
That makes sense. Big meat energy. But that energy don't translate when you ain't got the meat. I'm assuming, I'm thinking, you know,
like
if you're a woman. I really want to hear what women think about like all of this, like a different woman. I got this woman's perspective here, and I'm not mad at it, but
that's when you got to still exude like, okay, I'm the shit, like, and you are, it don't matter. Also, too, like I said before, like there's plenty of
it does matter to some.
men out there that don't know what the fuck they're doing. Every single woman I know has faked an orgasm at some point in their life. So don't think that all these guys are out here like
Wait, really?
every single woman.
Sure.
What?
You guys are like, no,
Are we
me, though.
fucking serious?
No,
bruh.
not me.
No, it couldn't be me.
No,
Couldn't
whoa.
be me. I actually,
Whoa.
one of my best friends, like, genuinely actually thinks that, like, a woman's never faked an orgasm with him. Like, he's so convinced. I'm like, okay, you gotta be like, you gotta be kidding. Like, he's like,
Yeah.
no, I really don't think so. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna let you have that. But, yes, but, so don't think that, everyone out here is putting down that work, because it's really not always that.
Yeah. Penis size is only as important as you make it.
And okay, now I would like to ask this woman or like any other woman, right? Let's say you got a guy who knows what he's doing with that thing, and he has a nicely sized unit, versus a guy who doesn't have a nicely sized unit and also knows what he's doing. Which one do you think she's going to pick? They're trying to tell this guy it doesn't matter, but I'm not seeing. I'm not sure if that really applies in real life. It could apply in real life. I don't want to assert that it doesn't. I'm not trying to assert anything with this video, to be honest. I just think what they're telling this guy is super like interesting.
Okay.
Yup.
There are so many. First of all, let's be real. We live in a society that is patriarchal, so men don't really try too much.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
So the bar is fucking really low.
I
It's
agree.
on the floor, gang.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Might
Like,
be low.
ridiculous.
It's so easy to clear, I promise. So like, you do a couple different things and you're just like you're boosting your stats in other avenues, and including in the bedroom with the things that we just told you, like you're set, you're fine. It's not even a problem. And if someone makes that a problem, then they're not a good person.
Yeah, that's one small element of a relationship. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
That I don't want to speak for women folk, but I'm just not sure if this is the case.
There's so many other
Yeah.
categories and like components that I think that you can control.
Also,
You
you
should
can't be
focus on
that insecure about it if you're just blasting it. You know what I mean? Like
Well,
clearly, it's good that you've like
this is
overcome that first hurdle here.
I mean
You
this is
don't
like the
want to
first time
blast
I've
it
ever
for
told like anyone like straight up.
I kind of
I
fuck
know
with
it.
it though. If I were you, I'd be like, yeah, I got a micro, and what are you gonna do? Beat my ass? No. Like, what are you
You
gonna do
could
about it?
stand
I would
on
tell
it.
everybody.
Yeah.
I would stand
Stand
on
on
it,
it.
10 toes. I would tell everyone, honestly.
Let everybody know.
Well,
I
that is something that
don't tell everyone. You don't gotta. You don't want to. I don't know, bro. Like stand on it. I mean, I guess if they already seen it and you like whipped it out and you ain't, you ain't got nothing. You know. I guess stand on it. You know, you can't help it, but like I'm not. We're not like. I don't know if they're telling him to do this, but like, why are we like blasting this off to the world though? Like,
in my experience, I've seen from dudes that have micro penises, like they usually do go in the other direction more often than not, more often than you would think, where they're just like literally are forthcoming with that information.
and there's
So
another thing that's like I feel like is strange. Like they're telling him to be like super forthcoming about it, like almost as if like it's like you wouldn't have to be forthcoming about it if it wasn't like a potential issue, right? Like you don't have to be forthcoming if you have, a strong unit. That's not it's not a thing you have to worry about. So I feel like they know like this is like an unfortunate thing. I feel like they got enough like plausible deniability, I would say, but like I feel like it's not enough, or like it's not like I don't think the advice is hitting. I feel like it's kind of hard to give advice on this too, kind of.
there's that side of it as well,
I don't know.
Yeah.
because it's just like
okay.
not something you can do anything about.
Right.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
that's
also,
it.
you said you're a virgin, so you haven't even really got to that experience
Yeah,
yet.
you don't even know. You don't even know if you
Yeah.
have a micro penis.
Do you watch porn?
Yeah.
Okay, see, that's the thing. I feel like you all like you
Yeah.
being a virgin.
Nah, that's a
that's
real
really
thing
all
though.
you kind
That's
of
a real
have to.
thing though. You ain't never getting no butt. You ain't never got no butt before. You see all these folks unit. You see all these folks, what they pieced up with on them videos. Man, terrible, bro.
Compare it to, and that's also like a whole nother conversation in itself. That like that's also it's not real in that
Yeah.
sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Also, they do like crazy angles and stuff. Like
CGI, types
I
of
know,
shit.
I know, I
filters.
know a lot of porn stars, both male and female. Let me tell you, okay, like the dick sizes that you see on there is actually just camera angles for the most part. Like they don't have.
I wonder what the freak angles are they hitting. Cause I feel like in those videos they're hitting like a ton of angles, and you're telling me they all like exaggerate like
have
like
giant monster penises in the way that it looks like on porn.
Those crazy fisheye lenses, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of women don't even want that either. Like
Yeah.
that's too much.
This could
What
be
am I
a
doing
case,
all
could
that?
be the
Like
case.
I'm sorry. Get that away from me. Like, you know what I mean? Sometimes, it's too much. So just don't worry about it. I think you're gonna be just fine.
Okay, and I guess the other question I have is like, how do I go about like having the conversation? Because I feel like hooking up with a girl or something, and I just like pull out my pants and just a micro penis. Like I don't know how that's gonna go over. Like, how should I give them like a warning? Like, when should I tell them?
I mean, like, well, also
Like,
too,
in,
like
like,
you
a-
being I mean, you don't owe anyone any sort of explanation,
Yeah.
but if that's something that you
Yeah.
think would make you feel
Bro, oh shit, bro. You just gotta like have her turned around, bro. Don't in the dark. Do not let her see you put it in, bro.
more comfortable, like especially if the person that you're like about to hook up with doesn't know that you're a virgin, doesn't know, I feel like it doesn't hurt to say something if you don't feel uncomfortable saying that. But
Yeah, you don't have to
but you
issue a trigger
have
warning,
to,
bro. Like, what do
yeah,
you mean?
you could just it's literally it's you as your body. Like
You have to
that's-
remember, like, your dick is your dick, and,
Yeah.
and there's
That's your
nothing.
dick, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's your
If
dick.
If they don't
Yeah.
fuck with it, then that's their problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, like it'd be cool. Be
If
cool
I'm you,
about it.
I'm just standing on it immediately from the jump.
Yeah.
And like letting it be known.
Wait,
so
really?
it's not like a
You would
shocker.
go in?
Yeah.
I don't think I don't think you should like start the conversation with like, hey, by the way, I have a micro penis. I think like that's something that
I
you
don't
know.
want to do that.
Third date, you guys are making out and stuff
Yeah.
like that. You're getting touchy feely. You feel like the opportunity is ripe, and you feel like it's going to escalate to a different place. At that point, you could just be like, "Hey, I just want to let you know, I'm really enjoying our time together, and I feel like we're just gonna, like we're gonna advance. Like, I hope that this is not something that you're too concerned with.
Like a deal breaker.
Yeah, I hope it's not like a deal breaker for you. I mean, I don't even know. Like, what are we talking about, micro penis wise? Like, can you, if you don't mind me asking,
It's fine. Yeah.
how many inches?
It's like
hard.
3.5 hard.
Wait,
Bro. 3.5 inches. Where is my ruler? 3 inches? That's right here. On this 18 inch. This is an 18-inch ruler. 3 inches is right here. What is 3 inches? What is 3 inches upon my desk? Hold on. That's like 1.5 AirPod cases. Yeah, that's like 1.5 AirPod cases, probably. Bro. Now, listen to this. Listen to this. This is what's crazy.
On
dude,
average.
it's not even a
come on,
micro
thank you.
penis.
You can make that
Oh,
work,
dude,
bro.
whatever.
You can make that word, bro. I'm not saying he lying, but like they're really like I get it, bro. You know, you don't want to shame the guy. You definitely don't want to do that. But like, man.
No, bro, you can make that
Yeah,
work.
you don't
You
even
make that
come
work.
on,
I'm thinking an inch
dude.
hard.
Bro, that's not it.
I'm thinking an inch hard.
Yeah,
Bro.
is that even officially a micro? I don't even think.
I believe that is considered a micropene. Actually, we're actually gonna look that up. We're gonna Google, do some quick research real quick. I'm gonna do some quick research real quick. Watch out. 2.8 inches or less. Okay, so I guess it's not, a micropene. Okay, so it's not a micropene. But, hey.
I don't think
Yeah.
I don't think that's even considered
Yeah,
micro.
everyone's mad that you said that's a micro. People are saying that's not even
Bro,
a
you
micro.
good. You're literally good. No, because literally, trust, like, so there are some micros that are, like,
Yeah.
I'd say a micro is, like, 1 inch to 2. Like, I'm telling you, like, yeah, that you could work with that. You easily could work
Think
with
about
that.
how like long a finger is, bro.
Average penis
and-
is, like, what? Like, 5? Like, in, like, there's, like, different countries and stuff, but, like, that's
Yeah.
really, you're not even that far off, bro. Like,
Yeah, bro, you're stealing micro
Okay.
valor is what people are saying in the chat right now, which is cool though because see what you did.
And there might be like some power ups.
You
and
gave
shit.
worse
You
expectations, and then you overcame those expectations, and boom, all of a sudden you got a pretty big dick as opposed to a micro penis.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe that's the meta. You just start with like, hey, listen,
Undersell.
I have like a 1/2 inch penis, and then boom, 3.5. You're like, there it is.
I'm like, wait.
That's the play. Undersell yourself. So when
Yeah.
you bust it out, it's like, wait a second now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you just got.
Look, man. I ain't speaking for the shorties, cause I ain't gonna do that. I ain't doing out here, taking PP or nothing. But I feel like they play this dude. They playing in this man face, bro. He know it, and she know it too, bro. I feel like they playing, bro, on me, man. I get it though, you know what I'm saying? You can't shade the man, but like, I feel like they really like. I don't even know, bro. I wouldn't even have an answer for dude, bro. I just tell him, hey, don't call me on that, bro. I don't know what to tell you. Hey, bro. But that's the vid, man. What y'all thinking? What y'all thinking, bro? Is 3 inches not a micro peen to y'all? Let me know, bro. You know what I'm saying? All I know, I ain't got that problem. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got that problem. Uh, but hey, yeah, man. Let me know what y'all thinking in the comments, bro. If y'all see this, if y'all see this video, bro, I'm gonna get up out of here, man. I see y'all.